Good, wonderful morning. It is I, like a boss, and by request, by my Mahula fam, and I also thought might be a good little video to make today about OBS streaming. So Captain Adonis has asked that I make known my settings for OBS Studio for streaming. So we're going to see how to set that up today, and we're going to cover a couple things maybe I didn't cover very well in my previous OBS tutorial. So we're going to concentrate on streaming, but we're going to cover a few other things. So that'll be a thing. Okay, first let me just say there are two OBSs in the world. There is OBS Classic, and then there is OBS Studio. Now, the latest and greatest OBS Studio version is 18.0.1. That will be the current one that we are covering, and as new updates and features come out, we will cover those in the future, maybe, probably. Okay, so let's get right into it. I am open here on the home screen. So what we're going to do is click on the Settings tab. We'll go through and cover General. This is all of my settings. You shouldn't have to mess with a whole bunch of stuff here. Do make sure that automatic updates are selected. And the snap sensitivity, I have never messed with any of this, to be perfectly honest, so I think it's fine. Alright, let's skip streaming. We'll save that for the end. Let's look at input. These are my input settings for streaming. I do just use one audio track. You can set up to 6, but I use one that captures my voice as well as the gameplay or desktop audio. And you want to make sure that you're scaling to your native resolution. So I'm using a 1080 monitor. That's what we're going to do. Your bit rate is very important too. I could probably up this on this system, but I'm running at 2500. Seems to work very well. And then everything else is normal. Okay, so those are the big things. We'll look at audio really quickly. I did turn up my sample rate. This is the default, the 44.1, and I've gone to the 48 kilohertz. Also stereo. And then everything else, except for when you get to your microphone, you want to use whatever your microphone is called. If it's a Blue Yeti, use the drop down here and find your microphone and select it. Everything else, since I'm only running one channel, and then you can do the push to talk and all that, but I do not have that set up. Let's cover video very quickly. Here again, you want to make sure that your resolution is what your monitor size is. Okay, and also the 60 is designating I am running at 60 hertz. This downscale filter, I don't think I've ever played with it at all. It is what it is. This is the very important little thing. This little ticker right here, if disable arrow is not ticked, you will drop frames like mad with OBS in gameplay. Make sure this is ticked. Can't stress it enough. If you normally play at 100 frames per second, it will drop you to 30 or lower. It is critical to have that ticked. Alright. So hotkeys, this is all just personal preference. I use the plus sign to start and the negative sign on my keypad to go ahead and start recording, stop recording, and then I use the num lock, time sign, and the divide sign to stop and start streaming. So keep those in mind or whatever hotkeys in here. It's an endless supply. You can customize this to your heart's content. I'm going to show you one just for fun. Let's say I want the plus sign or equal sign. For that, all I do is strike the key and it's in there. And then I'm just going to clear it out because I don't use it. So it's endlessly customizable. You can even put an alternate key in this column. Enough said. Advanced settings, we'll go through this really quickly. If you're running a weaker machine but still want to do game capture and stuff, you may have to tweak with this. Like, I could set this at any one of these settings and my machine's going to run it perfectly. The more powerful your machine is, the lower priority it needs to take because you have resources in the bank left to burn. But if you're on a weaker machine, you may find you have to bump that up to high or above normal. It's machine specific, so I can't tell you exactly the setting to use there, but use your own discretion. That's what I'm using to render. I'm sure there's I don't know what those are, to be perfectly honest. I'm just showing you my settings. They work perfectly. The color, this NV12 seems to work perfectly. The 709, it just copy these and you should be fine. Okay, now the point of the video, streaming. Audio, we can cover audio. We did input. We did cover this. Copy my bit rate seems to work fine. I may even play with that and try 3000 at some point, but you know, this is what I'm using. It seems to work perfectly. Now streaming. So get all of those settings set up the way that I have them. You should be fine. Play with the priority level. If you have a more powerful machine, a weaker machine, you may have to play with that. Alright, drop down menu for the streaming service. So you can do custom here and then add in like Twitch or whatever you think you need to have, but I just have the default streaming service. And now I have a telephone call, so we're going to pause and be right back. Okay, back to it here, guys. We're going to talk about streaming, and these are the settings you are going to want to have. You're going to find your service that you wish to stream to. We are talking about YouTube, and there is a primary and the secondary server, or the backup, I should say. We are going to set it for the primary. Now then, this stream key is an entire thing. So, where to get your stream key? Let's go into YouTube here. Give it a minute. It's opening really slow. There we go. So, just go to YouTube. Whoops. If I could spell properly. We'll go to Like a Boss page. We're going to go to video edit or video manager. We're going to click on that. We're going to go over here to live stream. We're going to click on that. Man, my internet is chugging along. Acts like I'm downloading something. Let this load. There we go. Nice. Okay, it does have a little checklist here. I recommend you go through it. Make sure you have all your goodies figured out. Down here at the bottom, you're going to have the server URL, and you're going to have this is your key. I'm not going to reveal mine because then I could get people streaming under my name. Not good. So just copy it. If that was an option. You might have to reveal it to copy it, but I guarantee you can copy it. I'm not going to show that because then I'd have to blur this out and it'd be extra editing. We're not going to do that. Copy that stream key right there. Alright, minimize that. Put the stream key in right there and you are golden. hit apply between every change. This is very important. Go through, make your changes, hit apply. Every page, go through, make your changes, hit apply. Go through, make your changes, hit apply. Okay. Now, one more time to touch on this. Very, very, very important. Disable arrow ticker, check it. It needs to be on. Hit apply and you're good. Alright guys, if you have any questions about that, let me know. Those are the settings I use. They seem to work very well. My stream seems to look very good. Thank you so much for watching my video, and if you do like it, please give me a big fat thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a big fat thumbs down. Please like, share, and subscribe for more content just like this and lots of video gameplay. Alright guys, this has been Like a Boss. I hope I helped you out. Leave a question down in the comment section down below, and if I know the answer, I'll be glad to respond and tell you the answer. Alright guys, peace out.